What's up, y'all? I'm Sharif, Mr. Aim for I Am here, and we're going to talk about absent-minded men. You know, the thing that's most annoying about an absent-minded man is that you as a woman are not supposed to be annoyed. That's what's annoying. Because you hear phrases like, girl, that's just the way men are. You've heard it from your mom, you've heard it from your aunt, you've heard it from your older cousins, you heard it from your older sister, like who's been in a relationship with her dude for years. That's just the way men are. And so, you've been believing that, and although you've been hearing it, you still don't feel it in here because you still get pissed off every single time you tell this man something. It's like he doesn't do it. Like you give him an instruction or you ask him to do something, and it's like it goes one ear and out the other. And you ask him like, babe, what happened? He's like, oh, dang, I forgot, babe. Yo, babe, you said that to me? Nah, you didn't say that because I said this and then you said that and then I said this. And then y'all having like this battle back and forth about what you said. And you're like, I know I'm not crazy. I know that I said this specifically to you. Stop making me out like I'm lying. Stop making me out like I'm crazy. And I know it is driving you berserk. But let me give you some suggestions or at least two things that I want you to take home. But first, before I give that to you, I want to tell you this. Believing that whole concept of men are just absent-minded, it's deception. And really it's self-deception. Men have been, I believe men, have been saying this throughout the ages and have influenced women to say this as well because that takes the accountability from us. It's self-deception because we as men, we hide under this cloak of forgetfulness so that we don't have to labor and think. And namely, we don't have to labor and think about you because we've got so many other things going on in the world and in our head. Sometimes we don't have the time to sit down and think about what does my chick need today. You know what I mean? And so we disguise it under, oh, I forgot that you said that. Or, you know that I'm just forgetful. You know that like women are like spaghetti and men are like waffles. You know, we just think about one thing at one time. I can't think about multiple things like you do. But generally speaking, men and women know how to multitask. Just because you're a man doesn't mean that you can only think about one thing. It's not true. Like the mind goes so much. I know there's a science and stuff out there, but yo, come on. Sometimes we use science and sometimes we use studies to really back up us being inept in areas that we don't need to be inept in. We use it as a crutch. So I want to set you free. I want to hit that crutch from under your man, hit that crutch from under you, and get you guys walking in your power. So the first thing that you need to do, because I know that you're asking, all right, Sharif, well, what do I do? Okay, what's the solution? Here's the solution. The first thing is you need to become this man's obsession. The way that you solve the problem of an absent-minded man is if you become his obsession. That means you have to attach something pleasurable to a memory that every time he looks at this thing, it makes him think about you. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want the blinds clean for whatever reason, like, right? You have dust on the blinds and you don't have time, so you want your man to do it. Well, history has proven that you've asked him multiple times to do things and he just doesn't do it. And so what you should do is put a note on the blind, put it so obvious that when he sees it, he goes to it, or send him a text message say, hey, I left you a note. And then on that note, write something sexual, right? Or write something that's real cool that would just make him head over heels in love for you, right? Let's say he goes to the blind and it says, ooh, these blinds are so dirty. Like how I want to do something dirty with you tonight. You know what I mean? And like, don't ask him for anything there. Don't say clean these blinds. Just attach a sweet, pleasurable memory to those blinds. And then the chances that you will ask him to clean the blinds, the chances that he will do it go up. I'm not saying it's a 100% guarantee, but sometimes women can make themselves so forgettable because you guys complain and you nag. And I know what it is. You complain and you nag because you've been asking him over and over again to do it, but we're not interpreting like that. Like, we're interpreting it as you're complaining, you're nagging, you on my back. And so relieve the stress from off his back by being more pleasurable, by giving him, something to remember you by. So, I mean, that's one strategy, okay? And the second strategy would be refrain from excessive gifts. Stop giving in and stop giving this man what he wants every single time. And he has not shown up for you because he tends to always forget about you and forget to do things for you. So stop giving excessive gifts. That means have you ever heard of the term absence makes what? The heart grow fonder? There are things in life that you may have to make absent so that he craves it again. Now I'm not talking about take away things out of the relationship that you know is going to piss him off and you know will put you guys in a worse off position. But what I mean is, like there are things that you've been doing for him, i.e. enabling him and causing him not to stand up. So, like stop putting gas in this fool's car if he's not putting gas in it. Stop calling and paying his cell phone bill if he's forgetting to pay the cell phone bill. Let that joint get turned off. And then when he wants to get an attitude and say, babe, what happened? Why didn't you pay my cell phone bill? Why didn't you remember? You know what I mean? Now, granted, if you guys have a system that's already set up and you're the financial person, you're the one like to handle the bills, I get that, cool. But you get the point of what I'm saying. There's certain things that you do for him that you don't have to enable this man because he won't step into the manhood that he's supposed to step into. And you're just going to be aggravated every time that you ask him something, or you'll be looking at this video again over and over again because you haven't done the footwork on the front end. You haven't done what you have to do now, which is these two strategies. Attach a memory to this man that will make him head over heels. That means become his obsession. Okay, say that with me. Become his obsession. Number two, stop giving him excessive gifts. Let's say it again. One, become his obsession. Number two, stop giving him excessive gifts.